Hey there, Richard Matharoo here. Do you want to know why network marketing events, the ones that your company say is a must, you've got to get there, that's where the breakthroughs happen? Do you want to know why they don't actually deliver on what they say they do and how they never could? I got a revealing video for you today and a solution if you do want to get a breakthrough with something you can do for yourself. I'll be right back with you. I'll teach that in its entirety. Stay tuned. Okay, welcome back. So I used to really push my team to get to every single event in our MLM company. And the reason I did that was because my upline told me to do that and did the same to me, as did their upline, right to the head of the company, right? Events are a must. If you're serious, you get to an event. Only losers miss events, right? We had this mentality. And my upline would say, Richard, get them there. I said, some of them can't afford it. Richard, they can't afford not to be there. You know what, Richard? If you don't get the people to the event, you're not being very kind to them because they can't have a breakthrough. You're being a bad leader. So I'm like, oh man, I don't want to do that. So I used to get people to these events. And then I kind of realized one time, after I was still trying to grow my business to the size I wanted to and see my team not being able to do the same quite some years ago, I was like, we're going to all these events. We're going and doing what we're supposed to be doing. Why are we not having this breakthrough that everybody else supposedly is? And I kind of took a step back and evaluated it from the outside. And what I realized was every single weekend we go to one of these events, right? And then on a Monday, I'd be fired up. If you've been to an MLM event, you'll feel the same, right? Yes, this is it. I got my goals. I'm definitely going to do this. I'm going to build something big. And then Monday morning comes around, the day after usually the event, we get home, we get back to reality, our environment, and we go, okay, I'm fired up, but what actual new information did I learn that's practical? Like they told me that this was important, that was important, don't do this, don't do that, gotta want it more, write down your goals. But all those things have been the same for quite some time. Like they taught me a basic invitation, a basic script, a basic this, that, and the other, a close, years ago. And I've had nothing new in that time since. So every single beginning of the week, I'm fired up, but then it's quickly replaced by frustration. It switches. You got this extra energy, but nowhere to really channel it. Have you felt that way? Come back from an event and been like, yes. Oh no, but what do I actually do? So that's why they can never really work. You know, you've got to be able to understand the practicalities of building a network marketing business as someone who's in your situation. And by in your situation, what I mean is most of us are 95%ers, okay? We have come from a background where we don't have a huge audience. We don't have a ton of money. We can't just call somebody up and say, hey, join me because it's me, and them say yes. We've been through everybody we know. Now we've got to learn the realities of building a business. Where do you focus on finding genuinely interested people? How do you convert that genuine interest to actual sales and signups and then systemize that so it can scale big? They never teach you that. They're like, here's a cool little script you can say to someone in a supermarket. But that's not really going to work, is it? Because we don't know if someone in a supermarket is even interested at all. We could speak to 10,000 people in supermarkets and never know if any of them are going to take any action at all. It's just not how you see real businesses being built. So what I want to teach you is to be able to evaluate where you're at in your company right now, in your journey, and look for where the gaps are that need to be plugged. Where is your weakest link? Don't just go to a company event with these high expectations that something magical is going to happen. It's going to fall into your lap. If you're honest and you look around, it's usually the same 5 or 10 success stories they wheel out at every single company event. These people built a long time ago. Typically, they come from successful backgrounds. Typically, they have a huge network, or they just managed to speak to someone who happened to be the one, right? That isn't really duplicatable, is it? They can't teach you that. They can't teach you, hey, I don't know how it happened, but I just managed to speak to this guy who brought in 10,000 people. There isn't a special pool that they can show you to go and dip into and find other people. So there's no point even mentioning that because it's just not possible to replicate. What I want to talk to you about is gaining skills and tactics that you can actually replicate. So it's predictable, which is how business is built. Do you think Microsoft or Google or Apple or any substantially successful company, any company that is scaling and growing right now, do you think they go and they look at a success story of a company and go, where's the random aspect? right? Where's the piece that we can't possibly replicate and focus on that? Yet that's what we're taught in network marketing. Just speak to anybody. Just make a list again. Just go hang out in a public place, and who knows, these people could be complete losers, they could be winners. You'll never know, but give up all your time. None of that is predictable, none of that is scientific, none of that is how you want to build a business. It's full on emotion, all on frustration, and you never even get any statistics about what really works. So instead, take a look at that weakest link. Are you able to create genuine interest in your network marketing business or product? If you're not, that's where you need to start. No point going to an event that teaches you how to, engage a team or duplicate your superstars if you haven't even got one person taking a look at your deal. How to do a better presentation, how to close better. Yeah, but you haven't even got any leads. So focus your attentions there. And what you want to do is you want to look for somebody who can teach you how to generate leads for a network marketing business. And you want to look for someone that can teach you how to do that in a way you want to duplicate. If you're following somebody right now who's teaching you lead generation in a way that is like cold calling small business owners and you don't want to cold call, find someone else to follow. When you've addressed that, when you've got interested people, then you want to look for how to convert that interest into actual sales and signups, again, in a way that you wish to duplicate. For example, I use 100% online strategies. I use social media and paid advertising to generate leads. I then use sales funnels to convert them automated to sales and signups. If that sounds like something you want to do, check out my stuff, follow what I do. But if it isn't, if you say, I don't want to do a sales funnel, Richard, or I don't want to use the internet, well then find someone that says, hey, I like to cold call and then set one-on-one appointments or do home parties. Okay, cool, that may be your thing. But you have no business trying to build your business by following people who've never actually accomplished what you want to accomplish in a way you want to accomplish it. They just randomly stumbled upon somebody or did something that just happened to work the one time, and now they're rah-rahing you at the event, getting you through the conga in the aisle, getting you to get fired up and then sending you on your way without any real tactical information. I wouldn't say it's negligent, but it's just not ethical in my eyes. Getting someone crying, sometimes I see people at events, ready to accomplish their dream. They've had this dream for so long, and then they're told they're just not good enough. They're told they don't want it. They're told just get to the next event, get to the next event, get to the next event. Like it's somehow going to magically make you the next Bill Gates of your network marketing company. Self-education, following the right resources, getting the right information, and then acting and using that in the field and taking that and feeding it back into your approach on a week-by-week basis is the way to move forward. In fact, if you want something more structured, more scientific, you want to know how it works, this real game of network marketing, then you can go to richardmatharoo.com/webinar. No one's teaching the stuff that I'm teaching there, but it's perhaps what you need to hear to understand how an average everyday person, someone like me, maybe someone like you, without a huge network, can go on and build a huge team. I mean, I sponsored over 700 people after having 328 no's in a row. That wasn't by luck, it wasn't random, it wasn't by chance. I manufactured it to be that way. And I'll teach you all about that at that link there. So I hope you've got something from this training. I hope it's maybe opened your eyes. I wouldn't say to stop going to your events. The motivational side, the personal development side, the people you can network with, there are great benefits there for sure. Good network marketing events. But in terms of pure tactical, practical, strategic advice, I see a huge gap at the majority of these events. They often don't feel like you're able to take that information on. They often feel that, hey, if we really reveal what effort is required here, maybe they'll not pay their auto ship anymore, right? Events, a lot of times, in the reality of things, I'm not going to name any companies or anything like that, it's to keep the people who are representatives paying their monthly memberships and auto ships and all that good stuff, okay? All the leaders, you watch for the message, we all buy the product, we all have this, we always never skip a payment, we all have the monthly memberships. That's the message that's given to you. Get to the next event, buy more of the product. Get to the next event, buy more of the product. You know, that is to keep the company profitable, but I want to talk about how you can be profitable. And there's a big difference sometimes in that, which is what my content is around. So I hope you've gained some value from this. Go and implement it, take it on board. Yes, go to the company events. Take them with a pinch of salt. Realize you've got to put it in with the practical information as well. Hope you gained something from what I've shared with you today. You definitely will from that webinar if you want to put something practical, scientific in place. As always, go create a day in a life that counts. Always have more desires and excuses, and I'll catch up with you soon. Bye for now.